God. Guys, mistakes I wish I knew before and I didn't have to learn, by actually making this mistake. This is why I'm making this video today, because I want you guys to learn and stop making these mistakes and learn from this process. These are things I wish I had known before, because they would have saved me time, energy, and definitely, giving me a better chance of actually winning a scholarship. So yeah, stay tuned to learn more about the tips I have for you today. Hello everybody, welcome to Ninja Inspiration. As always, you know that I bring you a new video every week, and today's video is gonna be about scholarship mistakes you should always avoid when you're applying to your own scholarship. Thank you so much for tuning in today. As always, you know that on Ninja Inspiration I talk about scholarship tips, I give you advice, and I share opportunities to all of you, because I know there are amazing people out there like you that are looking for scholarship and all the information. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get into today's video. Today is gonna be about scholarship mistakes you should avoid making when applying to your scholarship. When we apply to scholarships, many times we think that we're gonna get it right and that we're ready for that scholarship, that we're gonna nail it, but then, we fail tremendously. So why does this happen? This is because of the things we do when we're applying to scholarships and when we submit our application. Well, before we get started, if you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, thank you for coming again. Welcome to Ninja Inspiration. And I want you to like this video, subscribe to the channel so you can get notification about every videos I make related to scholarship. And also I have created a playlist here all related to scholarship and all the tips you should know, website you should be searching, and every information that is relevant for your application journey. And also if you're interested in language videos, I also make videos in this playlist all about languages. Check that out if you're a language lover like me. So let's get started. We all know that, when we're applying to scholarship, we're super excited. We just want to get it done. But there are many mistakes we make in that process that actually make us a less attractive candidate, or just makes our application worse than any other applicant. Well, we're trying to avoid those mistakes because we want to be successful in our scholarship application. So the number one thing I've realized just from my experience and other people's experiences is that when we submit an application, we fail to answer the scholarship essay question. What do I mean by this? It means that when we write an application, we might either, reuse an application we had before because we don't want to spend too much time on that application, and we fail to answer the question that is being asked, So for example, if your motivation letter or your scholarship essay question tells you to tell them about yourself and why you deserve the scholarship, or tell them about an achievement you've had before, or they want to know your studies before, and you don't tailor your answer to the specific essay question, you're going to fail, because when the committee reads your essay and your application, they're going to realize that you just answered the way you wanted but not really following their instructions. In order to avoid this mistake, the thing you have to do is to go to the FAQs and the website of the specific application you're applying for, and see what are the tips they have there, and the specific questions they ask you, and how they expect you to answer this question. Something you can easily do is to also, write an email or even call, when possible, the organizers, just to see and understand if you've understood the question well and what they kind of expect from applicants. So, just write them an email in a very sincere and simple way, trying to understand what exactly they're trying to get from the applicants. In this way, you're going to avoid making the mistake of not answering the question directly. Another error people tend to make when they're applying to scholarship is when they write their application letter, they forget to grab the reader's attention from the beginning. This is something that I've also had to learn. The more I write, the more I learn how to, make a powerful, compelling initial statement. This is not something that is easy. It's something that you learn to do. The more you write, the more you learn. But you know, when you think of a scholarship application, there are many competitors out there, people that are also trying to get the same thing as you are. And what makes you different is the way you start your letter. Like when that judge or whoever it is reading your letter reads the first sentence, they have to feel sort of like connection, that they understand your story, or something that makes them feel like, oh, I want to read more about this person's letter. I want to know who this person is, and I want to understand what this person is saying a bit more. This is very, very important and crucial, as it can also, increase your chances of just, standing out of the whole pool of applicants. So make your first statement very, very compelling. Something people also make mistake when they apply is to mention their own personal goals too much and not talk about the organization's goals or the vision or the mission of the organization. What do I mean by this? It means that when you're applying and when you're writing your essay, you also have to focus on what the organization wants from you as a candidate, and not only the fact that you need money or only the fact that you are interested in getting that scholarship. This is like a win-win process. You have to think about it that way. The people that are trying to pay for your scholarship are also expecting to get something in return. So you better also mention in your essay how you're going to provide that value to them, because if you don't and it's not clear, you're most likely not going to get that scholarship. That's just it. Something you should not do is to reuse your application essay in a way that is just a copy paste. I'm in favor of reusing something that is useful and that is similar in terms of the question that maybe you've answered before. But if it's not similar and you think you're just going to submit whatever you want, you're going to fail. So be strategic when you're answering the question. Yes, mistakes. For me, the biggest mistake when it comes to applying to scholarship is actually missing the application deadline. Yes, guys. You might think this is ridiculous, but this has happened to me before, not once, not twice, but different times, that I actually forget that I had a deadline for that scholarship. And the easiest way to avoid this problem is to just note down the date on your calendar or your phone, put an alarm, do whatever it is you have to do so that you're able to submit your application on time. And another thing you should have in mind is to always submit or try to submit your application at least a week before. This is easier said than done, at least for someone like me who's doing different things. I tend to do my application like in the last minute. And because I'm someone who likes to work under pressure, I call myself like a diamond. I work well under pressure. But to be sincere, the best quality application can only be submitted if you give yourself enough time to write your answers and do it in a way that you have sufficient time to go through it and allow other people to read it. So one thing also that makes people miss their scholarship deadline can also be related to something they're not in control of. It could be maybe the recommendation letter, which is why it's important for you, whenever you have recommenders, somebody is going to write you a letter, you want to give them time in advance, at least 3 weeks or even a month in advance, for them to have enough time to hand in your recommendation letter for the organization. Because sometimes you might have done all your process like what you had to do, but then the person that's recommended just totally forgot or did not even remember to send your application by the deadline. And without that recommendation letter by the given deadline, your application would be considered invalid by the organizers. So don't forget, don't miss the scholarship deadline. Write it down. One more mistake people tend to make, and sometimes we just feel like luck is gonna be on our side, but it doesn't work that way. It is when you apply to a scholarship you're not eligible for. If you're not eligible, don't waste your time applying to a scholarship you're not gonna get accepted into. So eligibility comes in different ways. It might be that the scholarship is not for your country of origin, or maybe the scholarship is not tailored to someone in your age. Maybe you're above or under the age limitations. So don't apply to that scholarship. You're not going to get selected, because even before they start reading your application or your essay, they will look at the criteria and see that each applicant abides by the rule, and each applicant is actually fulfilling the requirements they've already set in the application process. So just make sure that before you put so much time and effort into applying to something, it's not worth wasting your time on something you're not going to get. So just don't apply to things you're not eligible for. And the last but not least, the reason why people don't get a scholarship, or the mistake they make, is by not applying at all. Well, this sounds very stupid, but it's kind of like the lottery, right? Imagine if you never play the lottery, there is no way you're ever gonna win. Well, you might believe in playing the lottery, or you might not believe in playing the lottery, but the real deal, or the main idea is that if you never apply, you're never going to get a chance, right? At least you want to do yourself a favor by giving yourself the chance to actually compete in that process. And if you get it or not, it's not at least up to you anymore. You already gave yourself a chance. So I hope that with all these ideas I've shared with you today regarding the mistakes maybe you've been making before and you've never thought about, you have a better idea of what you should be doing next time when you're applying to your scholarship. I wish you guys good luck, and I hope that you get that your dream application, you get that your dream scholarship. And don't forget to follow me on Ninja Inspiration on my Facebook and my Instagram page. And as you know, every week I'll be here again with a new video related to scholarships. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.